Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals. Welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. I will be planning the week of the 28th of October in my A5 wide Tilly Journals inserts in the vertical style, and I am using the Magic Shop kit from Plannerface, which is art by Becca Holland's Art, I believe. This is a mystery kit, so wasn't aware of what I was getting when I was getting it. I used this kit to represent Halloween. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use Tilly to save 10%. You do not get a discount off mystery kits or customs, but everything else is eligible for a discount. It does mean I get a discount for promoting her stickers. However, I loved Anna's shop before I started PRing and is very definitely my most used shop, so I love it. And not just because I get free stickers. So yeah, that's what we're working with. I'm also using a foil bundle from my shop in the old format. The old format is still the one that is in the shop. However, there will be a new format coming at some point soon, I hope. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with that, and it will be a better format for, you know, people that plan in the same way as that I do, because I had to use lots of overlays for this style and I kind of ran out, but not really, because I also pulled in these glossy overlays from Happy Sticker Studio. As of the recording of this video, the owner of that shop, who is oh my god, my mind's just gone blank, who is Painted Lilac Arts on Instagram, and her art shop has just announced that she is closing indefinitely, which is really, really sad, because she does absolutely beautiful art. But yeah, I don't know, art has been really, there's been a lot going on in the planner community recently in terms of artists and closing down and things, and it is really, really heartbreaking. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who supports my shop, and I am really saddened to see how many shops are shutting. Also, at the recording of this video, the video where I announced that I am pregnant has just come out, and I have had a lot of positive congratulations and things, and I just want to say a thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am doing very well on getting planner orders out. In fact, I very much hope they are all out by the time you are seeing this video. Tomorrow, it's the 20th of November today, and tomorrow is the last day for guaranteed 2024 delivery, but we'll see, because I'm actually pretty on top of things at the moment, so we'll aim to try and get any more orders that come in out as well. But that is enough blabbering about stuff. Let's get into the 2 books that I finished this week so that we have plenty of time to talk about the spread. I do have underlay extenders on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, so there is a lot of things. So the first book I finished this week is I Hope This Finds You Well, and that's by Natalie Sue, and I received an ARC of this in return for an honest review, so thank you to HarperCollins and to NetGalley. So this is about Jolene, who is anxious and depressed and hates her life and colleagues, so when she accidentally sends an email without whiting out her real feelings, HR is on the case. But an error was made, and Jolene can now read every direct message and email her colleagues are sending. Added to that, the new HR's guy's job is to make redundancies, and Jolene cannot afford to lose this job and move him back into her parents' house. So she does what anyone would and uses her access in a way HR definitely wouldn't approve of. So I gave this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. There's a lot of reviews being Jolene's really unlikable, and things like that, but these people have clearly never struggled with anxiety, depression, alcoholism, and or worked in a place they hate, because it's never explicitly said that Jolene suffers from these, but it's really clear through her behaviour and actions and her thought processes, which is quite shared through the book. So I really relate to that. For those of you that don't know, I suffer with depression. I've had an episode of depression severe enough to require hospitalisation for 2 months, and I am currently going through a little bit of a relapse, but yeah, I don't want to go into that in this video right now. So yeah, I could see those thoughts and those things in her book, And I love the way Jolene develops and begins to find herself again throughout the book. She knows she's screwing up and that what she is doing isn't acceptable, and it's so raw and so real, and it shows a properly complex human. And they're my favourite characters in books, because people aren't simple. People do bad things for good reasons and good things for bad reasons. The relationships Jolene forges through the book are lovely, even if they start with ulterior motives. It's really clear that they don't remain that way. And let's be real, if any of us got an opportunity to be on a fly on a wall in colleagues' lives, we would take it. And that's what Jolene does. There's so much real and raw emotion, and I just loved getting to know the characters through their emails, realising why they behave the way they do, and like, it shows how much is going on behind closed doors and behind the front that people will go put on, and like, that hit me hard. So yeah, really, really recommend it. Highly suggest you go and get it. I believe it is out now. I believe it came out earlier this year, but let me just double check. Yeah, it came out in May, so I'm a bit late on reviewing my arc, but still, there's that. So yeah, that is that book, and yeah, highly recommend, clearly. Moving on to the other book I finished this week, which is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, I want to say. I read this for the so I was basically looking for a book with transport on the cover for one of the Creating & Co challenges, and this is about the Q train line in New York City. So August moves to New York City and plans to continue her solitary life and refuses to become close to anyone but her housemates, and then a woman, Jane, who she falls for very quickly on the train. But between them, her solitary life implodes. August is okay with that, except Jane keeps turning her down. But not all is as it seems. Jane is stuck. She's stuck in time and space from the 70s and on the train. Can August help free her without breaking both of their hearts along the way? Okay, so it's completely on me, but when I picked up this book, I picked it up because it had the train on the cover. I did not read the synopsis, and that's why I said why I read it at the beginning, because I don't generally say what I'm reading things for unless like it's a group read or book club. But like, I did not realise there were supernatural / magical realism elements, so that is totally on me, and it took me a little while to get into it and to accept that. I was a bit like, oh god, I can't be bothered with a book with like loads of supernatural elements. That's not what I went in for. But actually, when I got over that, I really enjoyed this, and I did give it 4 stars, and I think it would have got more than 4 stars had I not, gone in with the wrong impression. It probably laughed out on a half a star because of that, to be honest. Jane and August are both really likeable characters. August is wanting to know Jane and her history when Jane can't even remember it is really adorable. I loved like the puzzle of it and kind of guessing what was going on, and I did guess the twist surrounding Jane's life really early, but it was still an enjoyable journey. There's something near the end that's not really fully explained, but it is otherwise a solid book, and I would recommend it. It is a good, steamy, sapphic romance, and I was really, really rooting for them. So yeah, that is kind of the 2 books I finished this week. The other thing I put in my sidebar was that I was loving family time, and that I also had a very productive week, which was nice, because it wasn't the best like brain week at all. Like, this is the start of me really, really struggling and marking it in a little bit more and stuff. I am in a good I am being looked after, and I think it was partly this week that made me realise like how much I really was struggling. But yeah, let's just get into the week, and I don't want to be really negative, but yeah, things have been hard recently, and that's okay. And it's not to do with anything particularly, it's just life is hard, and I'm pregnant, and I've got a human growing inside me, and my hormones are all over the place, my metabolism's different, and like, yeah, it's not done my background of mental health disorder very well. But anyway, let's get into it. On to Monday. So I've actually got my notes with me, my memory notes with me, so hopefully I can like clarify anything that I haven't clarified in my planner notes, but who knows. So on Monday I did design scripts. It is often my first job on a Monday morning is to get scripts designed for the week. Then I did some editing and probably did a voiceover as well. I was printing and cutting some stickers, probably the scripts I designed plus some extras for the shop. And then I was working on printing planners, because at the moment when I'm at home, pretty much constantly printing planners. But if you've not been watching my Instagram stories, I have this week discovered a better way to print, and it took some little bit of work, but I've worked out how to make it work for all 3 sizes of planners. I think I've not had to test an A6 yet, but I've made it work for all 3 sizes, and honestly my printing oops has gone down exponentially, and I am shook and obsessed with it. But yeah, this was not that time, and I've literally marked in, the next thing I marked in is that everything was going wrong. And it wasn't just with like the printing, it was the printing and cut, it was the foiling and the printing and cutting, and like just everything felt like it was going wrong. My editing wasn't going very well, like I was just really struggling. And then I had my planner call with Soph, my bestie, and worked on making some dividers for the shop after that. But then I've marked in that I was having printer problems, and as I said, this was a really, really crappy day. Like, I was not in a good headspace. So yeah, marked in rough day. Then I was doing some punching and coiling, but I actually got the first orders done, and this was exactly 7 days after the planners had been released. So I was really pleased I'd got the first orders finished in a week. Moving on to Tuesday, because actually filming me is also on to Tuesday, so I need to speed up. So I was absolutely knackered, so I marked that in. Then I did some editing. I can't remember why I was at home this day. I think we had all day teaching, but I don't know. I was at home anyway. So I was really tired. I got up and did some editing, and then worked on my portfolio, had a bit of a nap, and then I decided to go to Costa for the afternoon to try and sit and be really productive and work on my portfolio. And that was actually really helpful. It helped pull up my mood a little bit, so that helped. I got a phone call from the perinatal midwife whilst I was there, which was helpful, of course, because I've got lots of people involved, including like I've got the perinatal mental health team and then the perinatal midwife as well. It's all very confusing, but it makes sense. But yeah, there's lots of people involved. Then I went for a bit of a walk just to get my steps in for the day, came home and did a load more editing. I feel like this day was like, get out as much editing and as much portfolio as I can, and that was like my focus for the day. I then did some reading of one of my books, probably I Hope This Finds You Well. Me and my husband played some Play Up, and we watched some TV, probably This Is Us at this point. On to Wednesday, I did some resting and some self-care first thing in the morning. I just needed to look after myself a little bit. Then I went and did some grocery shopping, just at the local shops. Then I sat and did some dating of planners, and me and my husband played some Play Up. I then went to my first perinatal psychiatry appointment, and I'm at one of the psychiatrists working with the team. So that was that. So it was it was really helpful in a lot of ways, in that I felt really validated in how I'd been feeling, and like it helped in that way, but it was also a really hard appointment. But I've just marked in that I was feeling really cared for, because that is how overwhelmingly how I felt afterwards. We then went to B&M, because there's a B&M near, sorry, I'm just going to yawn. There's a B&M near where that appointment was, and there's not one like nearer to us, so we went and picked up some bits and pieces that you can get, like we'd got chicken crisps and stuff for cheaper and things. Came home and did a bit more editing and voiceover, read some of I Hope This Finds You Well, played some Play Up with my husband, and then we were watching Only Murders in the Building, probably the episode that came out the day before. On to Thursday, I was at work, and I was having a really bad brain day, so I've just marked in that I was in my feelings. I had primary care clinic in the afternoon, which is a clinic that SHOs, which is my level of doctors, run. So yeah, it was good. It was fine. I mean, it just is what it is. Then came home and went for a bit of a walk to get my steps in. Started doing some laundry, because we definitely needed to get laundry done this weekend, and then played some Play Up. On to Friday, similarly boring day. Well, no, actually, it was a bit of a better day. So I was at work. I was then going to mark in that I was in my feelings next, but I've left this till later in the day, basically because I wanted to mark a bit bigger that I had a craft night with Georgia and Chloe, who are two of my neighbours that are about our age, and it was just really nice to spend some time with them. So I just marked that in first because I wanted to do it bigger. So I've then marked in that I was chatting with them, and then that I was in my feelings, because you know I was not in a good headspace at all this week. But yeah, when I got home I did, in fact whilst I was at there, they were doing, I don't know whether anybody else saw them, but Aldi released some like marble bears to decorate, and they were doing those, and I did some bullet journal setup stuff for November, because I'm kind of moving. I wanted to do a bit more of that in my planner to sort of get into the movement to my bullet journal for 2025. But anyway, so I did that, and then I was doom scrolling in the evening when I got home. So she went out with the George's fiance and Chloe's husband, so he went to the pub with them. I did not go to the pub because A, I can't drink, and B, I did not feel up to it. Georgia and Chloe did go and join them, but that's when I was doom scrolling. Anyway, on to Saturday, had a very lazy morning, played some Play Up, and then we set off for Manchester. My mother-in-law was doing a little Diwali celebration, so we went to that, and I met one of her good friends called Susan, so I've just marked that in as well. The Diwali celebration was really, really lovely. My mother-in-law is Hindu, so yeah, it was like a religious ceremony for her, but she wanted to share that with the rest of us, so we did. And then when we got home we played some more Plate Up. On to Sunday, started the day with doing some odd jobs, got lots of laundry done because it really needed doing at this point. Then I was working on making planners, hung up some more of our art in our house. Then I sat and wrote some book reviews because I was a bit behind on those. Went for a walk, played some Play Up with my husband, and finished off the day by playing This Is Us, which was a really nice way to end the day and the week. And that is pretty much it for the video, and I'm not really sure what... Oh, I'm looking for some stickers for things I'd lost on this day. I don't really know where I'm putting them, but I'm just trying to find something to make things work, but I'm not sure whether I did or not. But it's fine, we make these things at work. I'd lost the sticker for This Is Us. I think actually I found it. I think I peeled it off the memory notes when I started this video. But anyway, that's it for this video. Here are my leftovers. Let me know what you think of this spread. I love how the purple foil goes with it. I think it looks really, really cute, and it's very sparkly, and I'm obsessed with it. And I like all of the little quote boxes, even though they're a little bit of a different purple foil. Thank you for watching. Comment down below, all that kind of jazz. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!